You are listening to the CIP podcast, the Study Broadcast Season 5, Episode 8. I am Noor and I am the International Education Intern at CIP, and I will be your host today. In this show, we explore the world of study abroad, offering advice, insights, and travel stories, bridging perspectives and cultures along the way. It's the exciting time of the year when exchange offers have been given and accepted. Now that you have chosen to study abroad, several steps need to be taken before you leave. Today, I will speak with Juan Legos about the steps that need to be taken once you've accepted your offer to study abroad. Firstly, would you, Juan, like to introduce yourself and briefly talk about what your role is at CAP?
Hi, Noor. Thank you for having me. Yeah, my name is
Of
Juan
course.
Lagos. I am the Education Abroad Advisor for Arts, Social Science, and Commerce in the CAP. So we are
Mhm.
two EAA here at the CAP. And briefly, to explain my role, I think we accompany the students in all the process from the beginning when they start to check the options and they start to figure out what they can do abroad until the end when they already went, they did the exchange, and we are here like supporting about like transferring the credits or
Mhm.
of course if they have any kind of feedback. And in Wino, we have like a lot of processes that probably we're going to talk about here later.
Wow, that sounds like such an important role, Juan. It must be so rewarding to support students in such a big way.
Definitely, because I know this is an experience that is going to change the life of so many students. So it's really good to be involved
Mhm.
in
For
these
sure.
experiences.
Yeah, okay. Next question for you is, what resources does CIP provide to ensure that students are on the right track to have a smooth study abroad experience, such as the pre-departure checklist, etc.?
Okay, we have different type of resources. So from the beginning, we have some information sessions. So
Mm,
we can explain everything to the students that are interested. Also, we have virtual or in-person appointments available in a weekly basis.
mm,
So this is more like a personal students that want that have specific questions, they can reach out us and we can have like calls or yeah, in-person meetings. We also have a website that is called Horizons, and there we have a program search tool that is very useful for students that are checking options that they want to see if they have like the program, their major in some specific universities. So we have that
mm.
tool that is very useful. When the students are already placed and they are in the process to go abroad, we have an exchange resources website that is really useful. We have all
Okay.
the information there,
Mm-hmm.
and for example, including all the pre-departure checklist, etc. And we have different sessions. So
Mm-hmm.
that probably we're going to talk about this later, but we have sessions, for example, Q&As, we have orientations, we have connection nights. So we have different resources for students, so they are going to be very prepared when they are going to
Mm-hmm.
go abroad.
Yeah, it seems like CIP has thought of everything to make sure students feel prepared. I imagine that the pre-departure checklist is a lifesaver.
Yeah, totally, because we have all the information about like how to you can apply or like the financial part, for example, how to register your courses while you are abroad.
Mm-hmm.
We have information about the insurances. So different information is there in the part of the checklist, so it's very important and it's also there in the exchange resources website.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, what's the first thing that students should be looking into once they have accepted their offers?
Okay, so one thing is like the time, because not all the universities have the same timelines. So they need
Mm-hmm.
to understand, okay, I'm going like in summer, in fall, in winter, and when I start my experience abroad. So depending on when you start, of
Mm-hmm.
course, we have different deadlines. So we need to nominate the students, and then they need then when we nominate the students, they need to do the application. So when you have all the deadlines in mind, so it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be easier for them. So that's the first thing. And another thing that I can say is very helpful for them is because if they already are placed, they know
Mhm.
where they are going to be doing the exchange, so they can check our search tool and the host website to check different information on the meantime. So they can, for example, start to check information that probably they're going to receive later. So they're
Mhm.
going to be prepared for what is coming.
I think that's great advice. Getting all
Mhm.
the info early on can definitely reduce their stress later on. Yeah, for
Totally.
sure. hmm So, how should students go about finding their accommodation residence for when they are abroad?
This is a perfect example about what we were talking about like in the last question.
hmm
So when the students do the application, they're going to receive the information directly from the host university about the accommodation, the housing, the residence part.
hmm
But our advice is because sometimes some applications can, all that those processes can be maybe later. So it's better to check that, for example, right now you know where I'm going, so you can go directly to their website and check if the information is available.
hmm
In our program search tool, we have information in some about some universities about the accommodation, but not all of them have that information available. But when the students are going to be sure about like that information, and is when they receive directly from the host university. So when they are doing the application,
hmm
usually is when they receive the information about the how to apply, they receive the information about all the accommodation options plus
hmm
other information that is going to be very useful for them.
hmm Yeah, I know that students start getting really anxious
Mhm.
about accommodation as soon as they accept their offer. So, do you recommend the students to start looking right away, and or is it okay to wait a little bit till the nominations or after that?
Yeah, when I said they can start to look right away, is not to book the accommodation right away, is more to be prepared to know,
Mm,
okay, I my budget for accommodation is going to be this amount. Is
mm-hmm,
more to have that idea. But
mm-hmm,
to book the accommodation, that has to be through the host university and is when they're going to send all the information. So
mm-hmm.
that part they can wait.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. My next question to you is, what are the mandatory sessions and orientations that students need to attend before going abroad?
Okay, so the first I will say I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but if you want to start the process, is
Mhm,
do the information the info sessions. So we start to have the info session approximately each September,
mhm,
and we have around from 3 to 4 months that we are giving these info sessions almost in a weekly basis. So the
yeah.
students they can go there to start the all the process on January. When
Mhm,
they are already when they already did the application to the CAP and they are already um, allocated, they have different meetings or orientations. So one is that is mandatory is the Safe Travel Essentials orientation. So this
mhm,
is more related to the travel health insurance, how to complete the EPCS forms, because while they're abroad, they need to, of course, do the
mhm,
courses abroad and they need to fill out some forms. So
mhm,
that is mandatory. But we have
mhm,
other options, for example, a Q&A session. So
mhm.
those are very useful, but it's optional. And also the Travels Connection night that is really popular and is very nice. It's
Yeah.
not mandatory, but it's good
Mhm,
because the students that are going abroad are going to be able to meet with current exchange students that are coming from different places of the world and
mhm.
former exchange students from UF Wealth that already went maybe last semester, 1 year ago to different destinations. So it's going to be very
Mhm,
useful for them because they are going to meet students from their like the countries that are
mhm.
maybe for example a student is going to Germany, probably they are going to meet a student that is from Germany or a student that went there or the other students that are going in fall or in winter to the same destination. So it's really good to have
Yeah.
that information.
Yeah, I think that's such a great event. Students probably feel more confident after talking to people who've already been abroad and they can ask any question specific to the country they're going to. And I'm sure
Exactly.
they are all looking forward to it.
Totally,
Okay.
totally. And I think it's, uh, and I understand some of the, maybe some students are a bit intrigued about
Hmm.
what is coming. So that's the best opportunity to find out a lot of things about the place that probably they are going to. So that's a good opportunity to meet
Hmm.
people and to understand to the place that they are going to be studying.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so the next question is, what is Guard Me insurance? How much does it cost? Is it required?
Okay, so the Garmin insurance is mostly a health insurance. It has they cover other things, but it's a health insurance while you're abroad. This is mandatory for all U of Wealth students. Okay, and
Okay.
how much does it cost? It depending. Garmin has two different plans. Like
Mm-hmm.
the minimum plan is $1.75 per day because of course, like every exchange, maybe the students are going to spend maybe 4 months, others maybe if they are going in summer, maybe 4 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe they're going to spend a bit more. So we give the daily rate, and this plan B or like we call it plan B, that is like the minimum package
Mm-hmm.
covers like emergency medical inconveniences, maybe baggages and personal effects, and accidental death. And we have another option that
Mm-hmm.
is the same plan, but it has other pluses like trip cancellation, interruption and delay. They also, if they can help with unexpected event causes of delay, cancellation, or interruption of your scheduled travel date.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bit, of course, the price is a bit higher, is
Yeah.
$2.05 per day.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so let's say a host university requires them to buy their own insurance. Do the
Yeah.
students still need to get GuardMe?
Yes. Yeah, that's something that is mandatory for all our students. The thing is, usually when that happens,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the coverage is very limited, but
Mm-hmm.
with Garmi, they have coverage, I will say, almost around the world.
Mm.
So that's a very convenient like option. And the thing is, the Garmin has been working with us for a long time, and it's a very good partner.
Mm-hmm.
They are reliable, and they also have a very good website where the students, if they need something, they can put their policy number and they can
Yeah.
check, okay, if they want, I don't know, they have a make maybe a medical emergency where they can go, and they also explain, okay, if they maybe they need to pay first and then they are going to receive the reimbursement, or if they can go there and just show the Garmin card and everything is going to be covered. So it's very useful,
Hmm.
and that's why we work with them. So
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, are there any grants available for students to help fund their study abroad? If so, what are they?
okay, this is a very difficult question because
Yeah.
there are different type of grants,
Hmm.
and I think depending on the program, there are also specific grants that maybe, for
Hmm.
example, the College of Arts gives, or
Hmm.
other like science. So the thing is, the students can check directly in the student financial services
Hmm.
because their university gives some options for grants, but also they can go directly to their programs. Maybe they can ask some like program counselors and check if their own program give options for like specific travel like scholarships.
Okay.
The students also have option to, if maybe they know about like an external travel grant
Mm-hmm.
or scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
That's another option. And in some cases, but this is not like in the majority of the cases, but in some cases,
Mm-hmm.
some host universities uh, give some kind of scholarships. So that's something that the students need to check by their own. Of course, we
Okay.
can, if we know about like some information about that, we can give that to them, or in the resources exchange site, we have also information about that. And another option that the students have is they can apply for OSAP, and they can get the OSAP for maybe for a semester or
Mm-hmm.
even for summer.
Yes. So I'm
So,
guessing since they're still registered as a U of G student, that's why they're
exactly,
eligible for OSAP. Okay.
exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
because and maybe this is also very important when the students are the tuition they pay the tuition here
Yeah.
like the normal U of Wealth tuition.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they can apply to get the OSAP, or if they already are like getting like OSAP loans, so they can apply again, and that's it. That's not a
Okay.
problem.
Mm. So, okay, you suggest students to reach out to the financial services since they have all the information about travel grants and
E-
awards.
exactly.
Perfect.
Because what we can do is give some information, but
Mm-hmm.
they're going to give you all the information, and it's going to be more specific. So usually with this type of information, we give some, okay, you can do this, or maybe you can search here. But
Mm-hmm.
with them, because they are the experts, they can let them know exactly, okay, what are the options and if they
Mm-hmm.
can apply.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Juan. That was super helpful, and I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the
that's it?
students will benefit a lot from this.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, thank you, and hopefully this information can be useful for the students.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you can find us in the UC building in the south
Mm-hmm.
side of the building. We are like on the third floor,
Yep.
and of course ready to help the students. And yeah, like you, maybe I don't know, maybe later we're going to do another podcast. So really,
Yeah.
really nice to have this type of
Mm-hmm.
opportunities.
Mm-hmm. That is all for today's podcast. Special thanks to our guest Juan for his valuable insight. For more information on studying abroad, you can head over to our website, uogolf.ca/CIP, and follow us on Instagram at CIP_golf to keep up with all the things study abroad. Stay tuned for our next episode where we look to unpack the study abroad experience even further.